Hello and welcome to this very, very special edition of the TNAIW's Brit-Wres Roundup. This week we are doing the Brit-Wres-Mass Quiz. And we'll get into more of that in more detail in just a second. We, of course, TNAIW, the Great British Wrestling Podcast for Great British Wrestling, as featured on bodyslam.net and the John's Podcasting Network. And we are joined by a whole host of people with us this week. We've got the returning Mr. Impact, Craig from the Talking Nonstop About Impact Wrestling. We've got Jameus Mooney from the Body Slam side. We've got Dan down at the bottom from HCW, and we've got Dan Williams, who is our UBW expert and a fan of ours, and of course he's joined us on quite a few shows recently with Big Daddy Dan. I'll give you everybody a chance to. So, Jameis, if you just want to let the people know your voice.
Yes, sir. I am the Jameis. There may be three Dans, but there's only one Jameis.
Excellent. And Craig?
Yes, it's me. It's the MIC from Talking Bloody Nonsense, TNAIW channel, the whole thing.
He was
Excellent.
ready.
I love that. And Dan from HCW?
Yeah, hello, I'm Dan from HCW, YouTube channel and podcast. That's my voice. Hello.
And Dan Williams?
Hello. No one's ever called me an expert on anything before, so I'll take that.
Excellent. And of course, this is going to be hosted by Big Daddy Dan. So the second week in a row, I've had to do nothing for a podcast. Big Daddy Dan, take over. Tell us how this quiz is going to work.
Right. Good evening, gentlemen. We are going to have 6 rounds with 5 questions. Each round is themed. Have we all got our pens and papers to hand? If you are playing at home, I will ask the 5 questions, then we'll give the answers at the end. So here we go with round number 1, and it is on Brit-Wres Championships. Question number 1. Who is the current Rev Pro Women's Champion? Oh, that made everybody quiet.
Yeah.
Now, my wife wanted me to ask who it was the current champion beat, because that would have been really evil. But no, we're just going to stick with the current champions.
I could answer that.
Don't show everybody.
Don't show yet.
Don't show it yet.
Oh,
we're going to go through the 5 questions, then see the answers.
I thought it was first to get it. I'm sorry.
No. It's all right. We'll do the 5, then we'll get the answers.
I could do the star amendment on who she beat for the title as well, if you want.
You pedantic person, you. Number 2. Who are the current ICW Tag Team Champions? ICW Tag Team Champions. So like I said, I will ask the 5 questions, and then at the end of the 5, we will go over the answers.
Pretty sure I know this one.
That's a good start. Number 3, I had the joy of going to a TNT show this year. It was brilliant, well worth the drive up to Liverpool. Who, number 3, is the current TNT Extreme Division champion? Who is the current Extreme Division champion? Dan Williams, are you drinking on Zoom?
No.
I hope you bought enough for everybody.
Well, I did promise cake and punch, but you had to bring your own. Right, go for it. I think I know.
Number 4. Who won the Progress Natural Progression Series this year? Who won the Progress Natural Progression Series this year?
We argued so much about whether this person should even be in it.
We did indeed. That should be a good hint if you listen to the podcast, which you all do, because it's amazing.
We hope. I'm sure they do.
And our last question on this round, number 5. Who is the current Pro Wrestling Eve champion? The main champion of Pro Wrestling Eve.
I mentioned this on Twitter the other day.
Yay, happy days then.
Oh, I feel like I should know this, and I probably do.
Yeah, I had to throw in a nice Eve one because they have had an absolutely brilliant year.
They have.
Yeah,
they really.
they have. Mhm.
In fact, if anything, I'd say they've probably got the best international following of a UK brand.
Probably, actually, for the definitely 100% on the women's only. They're the best European women's only promotion going, and best Western one, in my opinion, as well.
Right, you ready for your answers for the first round?
Go on.
Okay. Number one, the current Red Pro Women's Champion is Alex Windsor.
Alex Windsor.
Hey.
Yep.
Victory.
Excellent. Well done, everybody. The current ICW Tag Team Champions are the KOE.
Yep.
Damn.
Never got that.
Margera's number 3.
Number 3, Clint Margera.
3 for 3.
He's had a good
Damn.
year as well.
I
I
got
miss
the
when
wrong
Alex
person.
Colon was champion, though.
Number 4, the Progress Natural Progression Series winner this year was, of course, Ricky
PJ.
Knight Jr., who's currently got a broken wrist. Get well soon.
It was.
Yeah, go on.
And number 5, Pro Wrestling Eve's champion is
Miyu
Yamashita.
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 That's how you pronounce it. Excellent. I got
4 out of 5. Which is
I
a
got-
lot better than I thought I'd do.
3 out of 5. I'm
I got
I
3.
didn't realize Glasgow Grindhouse had lost the titles yet.
I got 3 out of 5 as well.
And the Extreme Division, I can't stand deathmatch wrestling. So
The
I
one
thought-
that I missed was the Progress one.
literally, what was it, last month? Yeah, okay. Joe.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And now a
You-
quick question for everybody. Which promotion do you guys think have got the best looking belts at the moment in Brit-Wres? Because there's been some great looking belts come out this year.
Ooh.
I love Rev Pro UK's belt. It is a bit big, but I still do love their main title. Progresses are a bit. I think they could do with an
Dude,
update.
the main Pro Wrestling Eve tag belts that World Queens held, and then the main belt are some of my favorite belts.
UKPW's
beautiful.
Women's Championship, designed by Hellfire Designs. That's a beautiful belt.
I mean, I'm a fan of the Kamikaze Relentless Championship. It's beautiful looking title.
Hold on.
The-
You know how to piss off an entire podcasting crew of Europeans?
Go for it.
The best belts in European wrestling until it dissolved this year were the NXT UK belts.
Oh yes, they were. They were absolutely beautiful. I'm so gutted.
Those tag belts. Oh.
Well, there might be some NXT UK questions coming later on. So let's move into round 2, international Brit-Wres.
Okay.
Question number 1.
So does this mean like Zack Sabre Jr. questions in New Japan? Or
It
am I
might
confused?
do, but it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, is it imports or exports?
Sweet.
Just let me
Or
answer the
both.
bloody questions.
No.
Number 1. Charles Crowley debuted in Canada this September.
Yeah.
But what does the spectacular one keep in his hat? What does Charles Crowley keep in his hat?
Well, I got that one wrong.
I can
I-
see. Look what Dan Williams is wearing.
Spectacular twat.
You better get it right.
I was so ready to write down the promotion in Canada. I'm like, no, okay, no, that's not the.
I was too.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, got me as well.
Yeah, I'm nice like that. Number 2. Will Ospreay recently received his 24th 5-star match review, bringing him to within 1 of Misawa. But who did he beat in this 5-star match? Who did Will Ospreay beat in his 24th 5-star match?
Yeah, I'm gonna really crap the bed on this round. I know.
I'm like 90% sure. I'm like,
If it's the match in New Japan I'm thinking of, I know I've got it right.
That's the way it works.
if it's the NJBW, I think I know which one it is. But
Now, you could argue that this question doesn't have a Brit-Wres connection, but God damn it, I will fight you on this. The quintessential diva, Giselle Shaw, made her Impact debut in February. But who was her first match against?
it's not fair, man. You got a ringer in.
I'd argue that has a Brit match connection because she
was massive.
works
there.
Eve.
Yeah, she does work.
I
Eve. She's
have
all over
one.
the UK.
The Rev
just
Pro
trying to
and
think of
Pro
anyone,
World Champion.
Yeah, and just an awesome human being.
Incredible.
If I got the answer right, I've met her first Impact opponent.
That's very
And-
cool.
Killing it in Impact as well as the and will be Knuckles champion by next year. In next year.
Yeah.
Number
Giselle's.
4. Chris Ridgway returned to Pro Wrestling Noah this year. Who does he tag with there? Chris Ridgway returned to Pro Wrestling Noah this year. Who does he tag with there?
I mean, I've only seen the tag belt and that's it. I can't remember anything about that. But I'll try and have a guess.
If I get only one part of his name, does that count?
Yes, I'm going to give any of you one part of the name.
Well, if I have the answer right, which I know I do, he's known anonymously by the one name. Like
Well, there we go then, you see. It'll be fine.
everybody
I mean-
calls him just by the last name.
It is mispronounced bastard.
Yeah.
Right, number 5. Which British tag team are set to make their MLW return in Philadelphia on January the 7th? Which British tag team are set to make their MLW return in Philadelphia on January the 7th? I thought it was their debut, but I saw them in a MLW package this week, and it would appear it's their return.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay, I may have this one wrong then, but we'll find out.
Can't we?
Have we all finished writing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Charles Crowley, number 1. What's in my hat? It's a punch.
How did I not?
I've got fists.
I will accept this.
Maybe I might fall down.
I got completely wrong. I wrote Sebastian.
Yeah,
Elijah's dignity.
I had the
I
same
didn't even
answer.
write anything because I knew I'd get it wrong.
Dan, did you get it right?
I got it right, yeah.
Yay. Number 2. Will Ospreay received his 24th 5-star
Tetsu
match.
Naito.
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 Yes.
No, got that one wrong as well.
Giselle
This-
Shaw had her debut against Lady Frost.
Yep, got that one right.
Yeah.
I just put Emma. Well, former Emma.
Do you see the light?
No.
Yes, I do. It's fallen on my lap.
Lady Frost is awesome, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's very good. Don't know what happened with her in Impact, but
She's currently working CMLL. Ooh, and she's killing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know she had a release from Impact, which sucks.
Number 4. Ridgway's tag team partner is
Agawa.
Yoshinari Ogawa.
I know it was Yoshi something, but I had no Agawa. There
I
we go.
couldn't think of it.
Yeah, Ogawa's thoroughly acceptable. And number 5, the British tag team that is set to make their MLW, I thought it was debut, but according to the video, return,
I
the
put Billington
Billington
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
Yes.
Hey, I got all 4 that I answered in that round.
I got 2.
I got
So
two.
right now I've got an 8 out of 10.
You are in the. I'm only.
Well, you have to remember, I do a very in-depth independent wrestling podcast.
That's
That's
true.
all right. You're going to get screwed over on one of the rounds. I'm sure about that.
Damn.
There's always
the
one
next
round that
one-
kills someone.
The next one you will do very well, but I like to have a little chat in between rounds. So the next question, guys, I'm going to ask you is, who do you think will be the next British AEW signee Trent Seven doesn't count?
Leon Slater.
I'm hoping that it's Nina Samuels, but it won't be.
The world
Hey.
needs more Nina,
Needs more Nina. That's right.
but Leon Slater.
Maybe Kanji.
Kanji would
good
be a
call.
great.
You know what would be a great signing for them? Rio.
Rio, yeah. Alex
They'd have
Windsor
to
would
change
be
his name
massive
because
as
it's too
well.
close to one of their former women's champions. But that would
Yeah,
be
but
a
no,
great
no,
signing for them.
she's Riho, where we're talking about Rio, not Riho.
Yeah.
Right, but you don't want to confuse your audience.
See, my thinking probably me being hopeful and probably a little bit biased as well, but Zack Knight, that guy really deserves a big shot.
Okay,
He's got a
realistically speaking,
huge match coming up. He's facing Great O'Khan defending the belt.
All
on
hail
behalf of
Great
RKK.
O'Khan. Realistically speaking, it could be Will Ospreay.
Yeah, it's very true. Very true. But we don't count him as being part. He's already signed and out of.
Yeah, but
Brit
he's
Wres.
still working
He's
at
still-
pro places like that.
Yeah, he's coming back. He's doing the 17th of December show as well against Ishii with Zack Knight facing Great O'Khan for.
I'll tell you
RKK.
who it won't be. It won't be Jonathan Gresham.
I would like it to be Big Damo.
His rumor is Big Damo and Axel Tisca could be returning with Eric Young.
That would be nice, but there was also rumours that Eric Young was going to be returning to the WWE. I'm talking about AEW.
Yeah,
Dan, who do you
that's
think
what I mean.
the next British one for AEW, Mr. Williams?
Tate Mayfairs.
Ooh,
That's
interesting
not bad.
pick.
Good shout. Good shout.
I like.
I think
Too
he could
close to
work.
MJF though, maybe.
Maybe.
I wonder if they'd wash each other out. It'd be the Paisley versus the Burberry.
You know what AEW's women's division needs?
Alex win. Everyone.
Yes.
Springtime.
Yeah.
Yes, but that's not where I was going.
More wrestling, more
They
time.
need more characters. Give me Debbie Keitel.
You know what? I never got into Debbie Keitel.
Oh,
I just never did.
I was a Woke Queen
I-
stan back in the day.
You know, Emerson Jane is for me one of the best. I think there's so many wrestlers that could match for Jamie Hayter right now, based in the UK. You know, and now would be the time. Zoe Lucas and Mariah May as well. Because
Bring in the Dream
Dream
Dolls.
Dolls are absolutely brilliant. Better than the Iconics.
Right.
Anyway, go on.
Our
quiz.
next round is the big boys,
Oh, no.
On the big boys.
as in WWE and AEW.
I was going to say, don't,
I
not,
thought you
not,
meant
not
like
Big
bigger
Daddy.
wrestlers. Like,
Number one, Pac took the AEW All Atlantic Championship on the road. Who did he wrestle against at OTT? Who did Pac wrestle at OTT
Yeah.
for the All Atlantic Championship?
I really have no idea on this one because I don't keep too much of an eye on AEW.
It was a
Like-
bloody good match as well.
Right, yeah.
Number two, Saraya made her triumphant return at Full Gear. How many years had she been away from the ring? Saraya made her comeback. How long had she been away from the ring?
At least give us a challenge.
Ooh.
They made it the
Are
whole
you-
story arc.
That one
Are
might
you-
bite you in the arse in a minute.
are you counting like from a match standpoint?
Yes, I am counting from a match
Okay.
standpoint.
Okay.
Number three, WWE came to Wales for Clash at the Castle. To the nearest 10,000, how many tickets were claimed to have been sold? To the nearest 10,000, how many tickets did WWE sell for Clash at the Castle? Allegedly. Number four, at Clash of the Castle, Walter versus Sheamus got a Dave Meltzer 5-star rating. But which is the only other WWE match this year to get a 5-star rating?
Feels like it's been more than a year, but
I'm going with
Do I have to
anyone
be
that I
specific on the
knew
show?
last.
No, it doesn't have to be specific on the show, just the match that got the 5-star rating.
Okay, because I
One other
know
one.
it was
Okay.
one of.
Yeah, I wrote the show.
I've gone with the last 5-star match they had before that one because I have no idea.
Dan, is that Tesco's Value Christmas jumper behind you there?
Oh, yes, it is. Wait,
That is awesome. I love it.
you can tell. You can tell.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
Ugh.
Right. Number 5. Kip Sabian returned from injury this year. How many matches did he have for AEW in 2022? And this is up to 3 days ago when I did the quiz. Is it 5? Is it 8? Or is it 12? How many matches has Kip Sabian had this year? Is it 5, 8, or 12? And this is for AEW.
Okay, I'm all done. And I've got a feeling I've got all these wrong. But we'll see.
I'm on that same boat. I think
I'm like
I might have
confident on one.
I total guesswork that one, that last one.
Okay.
Or 2 of these. I total guesswork 2 of these.
Let's see how we
Right.
did then, ladies and gentlemen. Number
LJ
1,
Cleary.
LJ Cleary
Got that one.
versus LJ
That was
Cleary.
one I guessed. I got it right.
Yeah, and it's a great match. It's available on
Mm.
YouTube. Go out your way to watch it. Soraya had been gone for 5 years.
Got that one. They made it part of the story.
Nope.
5 years.
I did
5 years.
7.
Okay.
I wrote 9.
This next one, I guess 63,000. I want to know what everybody else guessed.
Well, it's
'Cause
the
it's
nearest
so-
10,000.
such a-
So,
I'm like WWE is like 90.
nope.
60.
Yep.
Oof.
Yeah.
So I went 87,000.
They went for
Very, very-
62,296.
So you would get the point,
60,000.
Seamus, at 60. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said 63.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's
yeah,
fine.
you get points.
Yeah.
I get the points.
You
Yeah.
get the points.
Damn.
So, at Clash at the Castle, Walter versus Sheamus got a 5-star ranking. What is the only other WWE match to get a 5-star this year? Seth versus Cody.
Hey, I got that one
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Which one was it? I
Hell in a
curiosity.
Cell.
Hell in a
I
Cell.
knew it was one of the
Yeah.
trilogy. I just couldn't
I
remember which one.
literally, like, you can't see it properly, but I wrote like Hell in a Cell crossed out next to it.
Very good.
I went years back because I generally don't pay that close attention to Meltzer and the WWE. I went Bait versus Dunn from Takeover.
That was
Which-
Walter versus
a
Ilya.
long time ago, that one.
And Kip Sabian has had 8 matches for
Ah.
AEW. 8.
Damn,
I got that one right.
wrong.
I'm
Oh,
sure
wow.
guesses.
I went 5.
I
I
went
thought
I
go in the
went
middle.
12.
I'll be fine.
Man, I
I
sucked
figured
that
there were a
round,
bunch of
1
dark
out of 10.
matches.
Oh,
I
Yeah, he
went
must
in
have
the
had a bunch
middle
of dark
and-
matches. I'm thinking to myself, hey, has he even been on AEW TV? I mean, I'm sure he has, but I'm like, has he wrestled an actual match on AEW?
Well, yeah, he just wrestled the the Battle Royal.
Battle
last
Royals
week.
don't count.
It does count. And then he
Don't
wrestled
count.
Talk on TV. He's had a couple main matches. I know at Dark he's wrestled like Tony Deppen. Because
yes, he did have the match with Toby.
That must have been, I bet that was a good one, actually. I might
I've
have
gotten
to track
4
that one
out
down.
of I've gotten 4 out of 5 in all 3 rounds.
They've shown Tony Deppen in the crowd at Ring of Honor show this week. So that's
Hopefully
gonna
he's
be
signed.
Ring of Honor
He's really
bound?
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Deppen's been awesome for ROH in the past.
and Blake Christian had a fantastic showing. Right,
'Cause he's Blake Christian.
entrances.
Oh boy.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm screwed.
Okay.
I'm going to
okay.
start off with an easy one. Eddie Dennis comes out to Party Hard. But who is Party Hard by?
Got my Spotify.
This is really tough 'cause I've never seen Eddie Dennis live.
Look, if it's not 90s hip hop or current Korean hip hop, then I have no idea.
Right. Number 2. Andy's favourite ever British wrestler, who he believes is in the top 10 British wrestlers of all time, Big Daddy.
Should never be near a top 10 in British wrestling. Never. Never.
Big Daddy came out to what music? He actually had a song that he came out to. Do you know it?
Guess this one.
This would have been what, like the 70s?
Early 80s, late 70s, early 80s. Number 3. Ariana Grande's hit No Tears Left to Cry is used by who for their entrance?
Didn't even need to finish the question. Didn't even need to finish the question. Got it locked. Probably the only point I'm getting this round.
I couldn't tell you an Ariana Grande song, so it's just like I have no idea.
Do I look like somebody who listens to that overrated ass musician?
It's like, it would come on, and I wouldn't know. Wouldn't I? Like...
Number 4. Who would expect the crowd response of 2-1
Okay.
in their entrance?
Yeah, fun.
Who would expect the crowd response of 2-1?
Guaranteed at least 2 points here.
Yeah.
That's at
That's
least
all right.
8 point on this round.
You should all get the last one.
Okay.
Number 5. If you can hear Darude's Sandstorm, you find yourself covered in beer. Who is it that is likely gyrating against you?
That happened to me once, and I couldn't remember it afterwards.
Honestly, if you hadn't mentioned the last part, I wouldn't have known the answer.
Right. Me
Because
either.
again, I have no idea who I banned it.
If you can hear Darude's Sandstorm and find yourself covered in beer, who is likely grinding against you?
Yeah, that last part's what gave it away for me too.
I would have known the answer otherwise.
Well, it's me on a Friday night, obviously. Right, do we all have our answers written down?
I only answered 3 of them.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
same, got 3.
Yeah, same.
Eddie Dennis comes out to Party Hard. Who is Party Hard by, Dan?
Andrew WK, right?
I was about to say, is it Andrew something? Do I get a point for Andrew?
It is Andrew WK. No, you do not get a point for Andrew.
That's not fair.
I did not answer the next 2.
Yeah, same here.
Big Daddy's entrance music was We Shall
guess
Not Be Moved.
Oh, okay. I guess Sweet Caroline.
I feel like I remember.
So did I.
I feel like I remember that now. Annoyingly.
Ariana
You just-
Grande's hit No Tears Left to Cry is used by Mariah May.
Yes.
Oh, I'm mad I
Fair
didn't
enough.
get that.
0-1.
Man like the race.
Ooh.
You all left me hanging there apart from Craig. Thank you, Craig. And number 5.
Session off.
Session off.
We all
I
left
got
Session
2 out of 5 on that one. So
Yeah.
off. Anyone do better than
3.
2 out of 5? Yeah.
3 on that time. 3.
Well done,
I got
gentlemen.
3. I got 3.
Okay.
It's Mariah that saved it for me, and then yeah.
Now,
The
this
reason-
is a bit more of a British one. So let's see how you do here, Jonas. Identify the wrestler by the... Oh, actually, just one quick chat. Who do we all think has got the best entrance music in Brit-Wres?
Sunshine Machine.
Oh, it's a tune.
Love it.
It is a tune.
Sunshine Machine
Well-
is.
Wait, are we talking
Yeah.
Backstreet
Literally.
Boys?
let's see.
Are we talking about when they entered the Backstreet Boys?
No, I forget the name. The people who made the song. Top Rope Media, was it? Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent song. It's on Spotify. And I keep
Ian
listening.
Skinner's Self Pro song is a banger. I love Ian Skinner. It suits him down to a T. Ricky Knight Jr. in Rev Pro UK also has a banger of a track.
I think I'd go for Doris's theme. As just a fan of general sort of grime. I love it.
Yeah, very good. Crowley as well. It fits his music fits in very well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
If you had to rank Charles Crowley, Cara Noir, and Man Like Doris's entrances, how do you rank them 3 to 1?
Noir's number one. His
Yeah.
his mannerisms and character is down to a T.
Mhm.
Doris. Nobody fires up the crowd like Doris.
no,
He
it's
does, but
incredible.
Carrara's captivating. I love
Yeah,
Crowley because the
he
way
catches
his
you.
dance down to the ring, he knows the beat off by heart. You can tell he's studied it over, and he's probably counting in his head how many times before it switches.
Yeah.
And I think he's his entrance is just, again, like Cara Noir, it's really captivating.
Okay. Our next round is identify the wrestler by the item.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
The first one you might argue with me, but you know what? I think I can hold my own on this. Number 1, cookie sheet.
Cookie sheet. Yeah,
Cookie
okay. Yeah.
Maybe as well.
Probably wrong, but I'm going with the last person to use it essentially.
Number 2, the baseball bat with white and purple tape. And guys, I'm just have to pause for 10 seconds to have a small child on.
Right. He's going to a show anytime soon.
Next show I'm going to be South Pro in Manchester. Josh Alexander. I can't miss
That
that.
looks like a banger of a show. If I'm still, because I'm hopeful I'm still going to 16 karat gold, but I'm looking at my finances and I'm looking at the whole weekend. I'm like, oh, am I really going to be able to stretch it? Of course, if I
Well, I don't
I'm
live in
definitely
Europe, so
going
I'm
to
not
Soft
going
Pro.
to any Brit wrestling show anytime soon.
What about America? Are you going to a show in America? What indie show or anything nearby?
I've not been to an indie show in a minute. My local indie, where a couple of my
Hmm.
friends work, has been shut down for a little bit. So
We got to do some commentary for an indie promotion recently. We did our
Nice.
second lot for PEW.
oh, I
and
did
that
meet
was awesome.
Stoker and Howley at the last wrestling show I went to.
Oh man, best tag team.
I'm so
Yeah,
sorry about
right.
that.
Give me a yes,
Best
boy.
tag team.
Yes,
in the-
boy.
Yes, boy.
Boy.
I need to see FTR versus Are they still called Pretty Deadly on thing?
They're
I know
still
they're
called
not
Pretty
Sam.
Deadly, even
Yeah.
though their names are now Elton Prince and
Yeah.
Kit Wilson.
I think that works. Right,
Yeah,
number
I
3.
it does,
I think it
but-
works too, but I think their original names flow off the tongue better.
Number 3. Sorry
Yeah.
about that, guys.
No worries.
Purple sunglasses. Purple
Yeah.
sunglasses.
Yeah, I ain't getting any this round.
Welcome back.
I mean, I think I've definitely got. I say definitely. I think I definitely have one, but I'm.
You might do better with the
What
next
about
one.
you?
Ready? Spiky goggles. Spiky goggles. And number 5, an inflatable flamingo.
Yes.
An inflatable flamingo.
Yeah, I know that, man.
Oh, God, I'm
Spiky.
so unhealthy.
I know. I mean, I've reached out to him on the pod. I can't. I know his surname hasn't escaped me.
He's an awesome dude.
I know.
It-
I know where they are really.
Okay, here we go then. Here come your answers. Number 1, the cookie sheet. Lycos.
and Lycos Jr.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep.
Number 2, the baseball bat with white and purple tape around it. Ivy.
Yeah.
Yes. At least I have one. That's my aim, to just get one around.
Purple sunglasses.
Chucky
Chocolate
Thunder.
Oh, of course.
Yes, Chocolate Thunder.
course.
Welcome back, Chocolate Thunder. Love to see the him back in Wrestle Island and PEW. Go on.
Yeah. Number 4, the Spiky Goggles, Cameron Solis.
Oh,
That's
shit.
fair enough. Yeah.
And number 5, the Inflatable Flamingo, Alex Echo.
Alex
Echo,
Echo.
the lads. See, these
I've
are
got
much
Echo.
more for yeah. A lot of these haven't broken out very big onto a worldwide scene. So Jameson,
As you
we're
can tell.
you're very disadvantaged there. Ivy's awesome. She's veteran for about 10 years now and really underrated.
I know who some of those are. Just for whatever reason, the acts didn't stick with me as well as you would think, as you would
Right.
hope.
Shocky
So-
Thunder. He's just returned from
Leukemia.
chemo. So great to see.
Yeah, I had no
yeah.
idea who that is.
Very
absolutely
entertaining wrestler.
buzzing to see that guy back. Cameron Solis.
So I'll
haven't
make
seen
sure
him
to put him on my
out.
list to check out.
Well, Solis been since he lost the Ignition Championship. I haven't seen what he's really been doing. Has he still been working with Rise and doing the hardcore scene?
He's been working with
Yeah.
Rise and he's been working with LWF.
Okay.
And the Inflatable Flamingo, Alex Echo.
He was in a great
Oh,
match
the
the other day.
lads.
It was,
The lads.
It was West Side Lads because he was tagging with Smashing Mike, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, he's done 5 different tag teams this year because of Ben Jones being out injured. Yeah, great. I've had him on the show, on our show a little while back. Really, really nice guy. He part runs Jurassic Pro Wrestling.
He was also really nice to my wife at the Wet Cake Pro Wrestling show, which was the best wrestling show of the year. If you ever get the chance to go to a Wet Cake Promotions show, please do.
I agree with that.
It was
The main
hysterical.
event. The main event featured a bridge, so that's all you need to know.
Bridge!
Dude, wait, what did the main event feature?
A bridge.
So you're like one of my podcast hosts.
It also featured Stone Cold E.T.
I have one of my podcast hosts for. I have 2 co-hosts for the Independent Wrestling Show. The ongoing joke is that anytime somebody sees a bridge, she gets tagged on Twitter because she's a sucker for
For a bridge.
bridges, specifically with toes.
It's Wet Cake Pro. It's very much kind of like I guess it's a DDT equivalent in some ways. Isn't the bridge 2 people in a bridge
Gaffer
costume?
tape together, yes.
Yeah.
Next round. Final round.
Wait,
Oh,
there's
wow.
another round?
There's
Yeah.
our final round. Goodbye,
shit.
NXT.
That was my
UK.
catch-up round. Oh, of course, the NXT UK round.
Yep. Goodbye, NXT UK. Number 1.
Yes.
Who were the first NXT UK Tag Team Champions? Who were the first NXT UK Tag Team Champions?
I can't remember their original names now,
Do
but
you need individual names or just the name of the
Just the
team?
tag team name's fine.
I remember the tag team name.
I think
but-
it's them.
I was actually at the first tapings they did in Cambridge. It was very good. Number 2. How many NXT UK episodes were there? Is it 181, 195, or 211? 181, 195, or 211?
When in doubt.
Yeah, I tried that. That's why I've got 7 kids. Number 3, true or false? James Mason had a match on NXT UK television. True or false? James Mason had a match on NXT UK television.
I must admit, there's a period where I didn't watch it, but I'm.
Yeah, I think I stuck around for the first up until after the first takeover.
I
That's when
watched all of them.
I tapped out.
Yeah,
I helped him build a ring once.
bit.
Yes, I helped James Mason build a ring once.
No,
Quite
you
proud
did
of that.
good, yeah.
Yeah. Number 4. Which UK football team did NXT UK sponsor the kit of? Which UK football team did NXT UK sponsor the kit of?
I have no idea, so I'm just going to guess.
And number 5. As well as being the shortest reigning women's champion at 139 days, Rhea Ripley was the youngest women's champion at 21 years old. But who did she lose the championship to?
That's easy.
Well, it is if you know the answer.
The person I thought was going to be the first champion.
That,
Yeah.
gentlemen, is the end of our quiz. So let's see how we did in that round. Number 1, the first UK tag team champions were the Grizzled Young Veterans.
If I put
Yeah.
GYV, does that count?
Yeah.
I'm lazy.
There were 211 episodes. of
Hey, I got
NXT
those.
UK.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
I'll
Guess
put
correct.
195.
James Mason did not have a televised match. He was featured a number of times running in to break things up and backstage, but he didn't actually have a match. So James Mason, false.
He was a
Oh, yeah.
producer for a little bit, wasn't he?
Yeah, he did
And trainer,
everything. Bless
yeah.
him. Okay, I doubt any of you got this. The UK football team that NXT UK sponsored was Enfield Town.
Ah,
Never.
That was the
Yeah,
local
one
You
team.
doubt? Since you doubt, I'm going to have to show you.
You did put
Enfield.
Enfield.
It did.
Flipping hell.
Damn.
That
I
was
just put
late last
local.
year, wasn't it? That was like
That was near
Right
the
Right
end.
before they
Yeah.
right before they shut down.
yeah, it was
And-
part of the agreement for the PC Center.
Right, I remember that because I covered that.
And Rhea Ripley lost to Tony Storm.
Penny store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 out of 5 on that one. I
Great.
caught up after that last
Great.
round.
Oh, I'm dying. Right.
Yeah,
Alright,
so I ended up having to cover certain things with UK because nobody else at our site wanted to. So that's how I remembered Infield Town.
Yeah, I haven't been
Wow.
writing much. My health has been.
I don't know if
down
you've
the drain
noticed,
recently.
I've not written much for Body Slam either lately. I've been
Well, sorry,
focusing a lot on outside projects.
I've
Right.
just got, we keep the pod running. We got an excellent special coming up. In fact,
We
I'm gonna talk about it right now because next week, because it's gonna happen tomorrow. Myself and Dan will be speaking to all 4 members of the Close Personal Friends.
Yes,
That's
nice.
right.
Hey.
Callum
Nice.
Newman, Danny Black, Maverick Mayhew, and Just Joe Lando, all 4 of them. We've had them all on the show previously. The first time we're gonna have them all 4 on the show in one go. And man, just so excited to interview all those 4 guys because they've had an absolute stellar year, and I can't wait to talk to them.
It is going to
Anyway,
be a
what's
giggle.
the final scores?
So I would like to go around. I shall start with Mr. Williams. How did you do?
Hang on.
Yeah, I'm not counting mine either.
I got 15 points.
15. Could have done better.
It's 14 more than I expected to get, so that's okay.
Craig, how did you do?
I got 12 points.
I am an evil bastard of a quiz master. Dan, how did you do?
I got 15.
It's a Dan Levy score. Mr. Andrew Moore, the Great British Taku, Andy to most. How did you do?
I got 18.
18. And Jameus, you absolutely destroyed us all. What was your score?
Let me
hope for-
count. Hold on. 4 on the first round,
Can you count that high?
4 on the second round. So that's 8. 12 after the third round because I got 4 there. I got 2 on the next round. So that's 14. I got 0 on this penultimate round. But I got 5 out of 5 on the last round. So
You got 19.
19.
1 point above me.
Damn.
Damn you, Jameis. He is the Brit-Wres-Mass champ. There is no trophy, unfortunately. We'll send you thank you, little basket in the
the pride of knowing that your token American beat all of you is good enough.
Yes.
Jameis,
And
would you be up for defending your championship in the new year if I did another one of these?
I would.
Okay, guys, would you all be up for doing another Brit-Wres quiz?
Oh yeah, I will
Absolutely.
Yeah,
just
absolutely. Yeah.
research
I
from now to time.
I think both of you know by now that I'm up to be on whenever y'all want me on. But
he is our Yank expert.
I'm very happy I won because on my independent wrestling show, I'm pretty much the only person. I'm pretty much who they count on for the British Indies, and so
You can brag about it on your show next time round.
the fans of my show would be very upset if I did not win.
You only beat me by a point, man, and it was the AEW questions that really was just
The Kip Sabian one threw me off. I could have sworn he's had more dark matches, but
Not according to his stats.
I think it would be like not since his return at least, but like before his hiatus, he had a lot of dark matches.
well, he got
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah.
He got hurt
Right.
during the Miro story. Miro was already
Yeah.
God's greatest champion last year.
I'm
So
going
it
to let you
couldn't have
keep
been-
chatting, but I have, as you saw earlier, numerous small people, one of whom does need my attention. So keep chatting. I love you all. Merry Christmas. And I shall
Merry
see
Christmas,
you
Big
all
Daddy.
very
Merry
soon.
Christmas.
Cheers,
Merry Christmas, mate. Oh, as I say, absolutely. I think that was great laugh. Big Daddy Dan is a tormentor at quizzes. He really is.
The
Very
one
good,
that
very
the
threw
quiz
me
master.
off the most, other than the one round, other than the third and fourth round, would have to be the first one of the second round.
Yeah,
I don't even
no, it
remember what
that
the question
third
was,
round.
but I didn't write it down.
I mean, at
Oh,
least
well.
I got double figures. I'll take that all day long. I got double figures. I'm fine.
I got pretty much everything I wrote down. So if I didn't write it down, I didn't know it, and I wasn't gonna guess if I didn't know it.
I took a few guesses, but yeah, no, I'm still happy with my score.
I
As
took
say,
guesswork on the Clash at the Castle one because I kind of remember what the rough number was, and then I took guess on the true false one in the last round because I knew he was only a producer. He could have had a match, but
it's like no, he never.
they
Actually had
usually
a
don't
match.
do that with producers. They haven't since Brawler was there.
And then Jamie Noble.
They had
Dude,
Johnny
I'm
Moss
so
at the
mad
back
the
as
Jamie
well, didn't
Noble
they?
match was not televised. He had the run with Nydia, the character wise, and then in ring wise, the Ring of Honor World Championship run, where he worked with Roddy Strong at an FIP show, where he worked with Punk, the Fatal 4-Way with Daniels, Joe, Punk, and Gibson. The match with Danielson. I love that Ring of Honor run. Jamie Noble is unironically one of my favorite wrestlers. I wish they would have televised that.
I didn't realize he had a match over on NXT. So interesting. Right, everyone, do you want to plug your shows and what you do? James, you go first.
Yes, if you want more beyond the marvelous Teen Tights, Brit-Wres discussion, and discussion from Japan, all over the states, all over the world with independent wrestling, be sure to tune into both to my show that I do with Ash Rose Nova and Tiff Queen of the Indies every other Monday on Ash's Twitch, and then it airs video on demand on the We Talk Impact Patreon and the TWM. And of course, you can find everything I do at Body Slam. I'm not doing much right now, but it'll pick back up soon once I have some more ideas. We have a lot of great shows on our Body Slam YouTube, including Teen Tights. So be sure to like, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. We have a lot of great content creators, Kyle, Mike, all of them do great work. You can find me doing my own thing at JRC Media, which Corey, Rami, and I are starting to launch. So find that on YouTube, like, subscribe, and of course, anything I write, will be advertised on my Twitter at the Jameus. Be sure to follow me at the Jameus. And I guess that wraps. That's about it.
Mr. Impact.
Yeah, you can follow us here, there, everywhere: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, and whatever else you podcast. At TNAIW channel on social media, TNAIW channel on YouTube. I myself host a weekly podcast with British wrestler Peter Nixon. We discuss Impact Wrestling and also British wrestling scene occasionally. Also TVN chats where myself and Nixon or me or just Nixon, we interview some of the best British wrestlers on the scene. Recently had George Lydon and dropped earlier this week was Smashing Mike. So you can go those out. TNAIW channel. If you follow Impact Wrestling, we on Sunday mornings, if you're up early, you can check us out. TNAIW channel on Twitch, and that pretty much covers it. You can follow us. Of course, I'm at Mr. Impact Craig. Everything we do is posted there, so you can drop me a follow if you feel like dropping a follow, and you'll see it all there.
Smashing Mike's got so much energy, hasn't he?
Incredible energy.
Great energy. Dan.
I messed up the name of the Patreon. It's Total Nonstop Impact. They brand under both names, so I just wanted to clarify.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Dan. Dan HCW.
Oh, okay, right. We're all on social media. So on Twitter, we're the HCW Show, Instagram HCW Show, and also on YouTube itself, HCW Show or HCW, because it comes up on our little hyperlink. But outside of that, we do weekly reviews of the American shows, but our main focus is on the Brit-Wres scene. We do interviews and reviews and previews of upcoming shows. So we've got a co-host, Ray Vessel, who does previews of kamikaze shows. We have our other host, Frozzy, who does helping with editing and with the podcast for the American shows. And myself, I do editing as well as attending other Brit-Wres shows and interviews as well. So yeah, we've had the likes of Oliver Sudden, Bo Bells, Alex Connors, Leon Slater as well. But yeah, we've got a whole bunch of upcoming ones as well. So be sure to check us out if you get the chance.
And Dan Williams, have you got?
I've got nothing to plug. You can follow me on Instagram if you want. I'm Dan in Baldock. There'll be pictures there from UBW and Pro Wrestlist, Progress, and Riot Cabaret in the new year as well. So if you want to see some wrestling pictures and some videos, some stories, then I've got nothing else.
What is it?
Dan in Baldock. DANINBALDOCK.
It's a little town in Hertfordshire.
That's the one.
Okay, so Dan INBAD
BALDOCK.
D. Oh, I found it.
There we go.
I just gave you a follow.
There we go. Always nice to have a nice new follow. That's it. Support each other. Support British wrestling. Support. Before I.
If you're listening, please don't follow my Instagram. It's the one social media that's private.
Of course, we've got CPF interview that will be dropping next week. Can't wait to give that, guys, to you. We've got our end of year awards coming the same week, and then the week after Christmas or the week after New Year, we will be doing our draft episode where I believe Mr. Impact will hopefully be joining us as well as a couple of other people, and we're going to be doing a super draft. So it won't just be me and Dan this year. It will hopefully be at least 4 or 5 of us doing it. So it'll make a much more interesting roster picking, and we'll see who has the best roster at the end of it. And of course, Big Daddy Dan's going to give us another quiz at some point in the new year. Maybe this will become a regular monthly thing, or maybe every 3 months, something like that. We'll have to wait and see. Thank you for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed this interesting quiz from Big Daddy Dan. Support all the guys here. Support independent wrestling. Support British wrestling. Support European wrestling. Support the wrestlers. And just remember, Don't feed the trolls.